Have you ever thought to yourself or wondered, is there a framework or a quick way to figure out if someone that you like or are interested in can be a potential long-term partner? Well, I'm happy to announce that there is. And I'm going to clip this on as I trend. It is not my answer. It is this guy's answer, psychologist Robert Steinberg. He came up with this theory called the triangular theory of love, which in a diagram looks like this. You can pause the video here if you want to analyze this or read this. But for this video, I want to focus on the 3 tips. So passion, intimacy, and commitment. And to really drive the point home, here's a simplified version of it. So these are the 3 characteristics, his theory, for a long-term relationship. So you need to have passion, you need to have intimacy, and you need to have commitment. Now, because I am not a psychologist, I will tell you how I think of it. I think of it like this. So passion, I think of it as the physical. Intimacy, I think of it as the emotional. And commitment, it's just commitment. It's the same thing. Let me kind of like walk through this and how I think of this. And then I'll tell you why it's important. Maybe I'll start with why it's important. So I was doing some thinking recently, and I realized that I've interacted with a lot of people, and I have a lot of friends that are female. And I'm like, some of these people I'm physically attracted to, but I have not asked to date. And some of these people I think I really vibe with, and I also have not asked to date. So I'm like, do I pull the trigger and ask these people out to date, right? And this really helped me because in reflecting on my past experiences, I realized that there was always one of these that were missing. And so I'll kind of walk through how I think of these. So the physical is pretty obvious, right? You look at the person, are they physically attractive? Do you think they're cute? Do you think they're hot? Do you think they're hot? Is there sexual attraction? Pretty obvious. I think it's pretty easy for most people. The emotional is their personality / the vibe. So when you interact with this person, do you feel safe around this person? Do you feel like you can have deep, meaningful conversations with this person? Do you feel like you can joke, they get your humor? You know, all that stuff. And I think like the bottom line is, do you think they understand you? And then the last one, commitment, is does it make sense? Long-term, logically, does it make sense to full send with this person? So for example, I'll use an example from my life. There's this person I met. She was pretty attractive, but her end goal was a very simple life, to live on a farm. And I'm like, that's great for you. That is not my end goal. I want to build shit. I want to do cool shit. I want to like change the world kind of vibes, right? So one end goal was a lot more like calm, settle down, live a low-key life. The other end goal is like do things, keep on doing more things, impact the world. So you can see how those two are not matched long term. And so I did not ask that person out for a date because I was like, well, our end goals are different. So that's an example of commitment. And if you want a easy way to remember this or an acronym, I love acronyms. PEC, PEC. Do you guys see that? Yeah, I'm assuming you see that. And I drew a muscle because this is about relationships and I don't know, I guess people that are jacked are hot. That's what girls think, right? Like jacked guys are hot. Here's a completely unrelated picture of a jacked woman to illustrate my point. Anyways, I digress. So this is something that I've learned recently. I've actually seen this theory before, but it wasn't until recently that I actually applied it. And I realized, I was like, oh, this actually makes a lot of sense for a lot of the interactions and people that I know. And I I hope it's helpful for you. Fun fact, this guy, Robert Steinberg, also talks about different types of love: companionate love, compassionate love, the interesting things, probably another video. If you want me to talk about it, let me know. But I hope this was useful to you. Apply it. Hopefully this makes relationships and dating slightly less confusing. And as always, I'll see you in the next video. Peace.